Hey, everyone. It is me, Rick Clemens, the host of Life Uncloseted, and it is time for another episode of Uncloseted Riffs and Rants. And as I said in the last Riff and Rant, we are kind of dissecting a blog post that I put up about, 10 scientific non-guru ways to realize you don't have your shit together. And so we're going to step into another piece of that blog today. This one is the one I call Confront the Confusion. Yeah, we all have confusion that goes on. And I'm going to kind of use what's going on in politics these days because it seems like there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of mudslinging going around about who's doing what and what's going on and which party is doing X and which party is doing Y and which party isn't doing anything. But there's just a lot of confusion happening these days. And when we are in this confused space, it's very hard to get anything done. It's not fun because we get stuck because we're confused and we're like, well, how do I get out of this? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to start confronting it. And I know confrontation isn't fun. It isn't anywhere that most of us want to go. But in order to get past the confusion, you got to confront it. And I know that seems really simple to think about, but when you are in confusion, you are in hell. Yes, you are in hell. And I don't care if that offends some of you. You are in confusion hell. And what that means is you start avoiding making any kind of decisions. You can't figure out what it is. You start making silly excuses of why things are happening, and you don't get anything done. But trust me. If you go down this path and you start to unravel by doing the confrontation, you can make things happen. And here's how I know. I have found myself more than once being really, really confused, and then I just spin in it. I just sit in it. I get all muddy and yucky and dirty and that stuff. And I couldn't find the answers. And I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to have the impact. And so then what I had to do was get really comfortable in the confusion. But the only way I could get comfortable in the confusion is to say, I'm here, and I'm confronting it. And I'm going to dig in so that I can get myself out of this confusion conundrum. But if we avoid the confusion, if we don't try to get in there, we don't get anywhere. In fact, the more we begin, my perspective, the more we begin to avoid the confusion, the longer the confusion is going to last. And see, for me, I'm going to use a good example of this. When I was in the closet, I kept avoiding the confusion. I didn't want to deal with it. And so the longer that I avoided it, the longer that I lived in this limbo. It's kind of similar to what's going on in our country, in the U.S. I'm speaking to the U.S. I know there's people outside the U.S. I know there's people outside the U.S. looking at the U.S. going, what the heck are you guys doing over there? Well, okay, yeah, not all of us are doing this, but there are pieces of this even for myself as I look at what's going on in the U.S. where I've got to confront some of this confusion. I got to go dig in. I got to go find the answers for myself. And the more I dig in, whether it's about my own sexuality and coming out or what I hear happening on the news, the more I dig in, the less the confusion becomes and the more solid the answers start to flow. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do to confront the confusion? Maybe you need to dig in. Maybe not for days on end or maybe not for forever, but you need to dig in. You need to ask yourself, how is this confusion contributing to me getting my shit together or not getting it together? Because that's what we're talking about is how do you step into that place where you can get your shit together? Well, the best place to do is to confront the confusion. So go noodle on that, think about it, and we'll be back in just another week. But just as a friendly reminder, we've got that 300th episode coming up. I put the challenge out there. If you would like to be part of the 300th episode, grab your phone, record your voice, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, and send me your recorded answer to what is the bold move you want to make in the next year. It's really simple. You just say, my name is Rick. My name is Sally. My name is George. My name is Tom. My name is Valerie. My name is Susan. And my bold move I want to make is to travel around the world. My bold move I want to make is to leave my job. Whatever it is, record it and send it to me because the 300th episode, I would love nothing more. It would be really cool to have 300 voices saying, this is the bold move I want to make. So that's the challenge I'm throwing out there. Email me your recorded response to that question, my bold move I want to make is, in the next year, I want to make the bold move of, and list your first name and send it over to rick@rickclemens.com, rick@rickclemons.com. And I look forward to featuring some of you on the 300th episode. Take care, everyone. Have a great day and get out there and keep making your bold moves, living your life uncloseted, and have a great week.